execute! Execute! Ah! Oh! Alright. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Notepad review. So, my god, this game was so good. Let's go over what this game is about first. So this game is basically about this warrior named Link and Princess Zelda, and they start with oops, there we go. They start with investigating some kind of an underground cellar in the castle, and they accidentally wake up the Demon King that's been sleeping slash imprisoned for thousands of years, probably years, and Link loses Princess Zelda to endless death, and the adventure is about Link looking for the princess and stopping Demon King at the same time. That's basically what the game is about. It's usually I remember playing Princess Zelda games, and it's usually just you save the princess and you fight the last king or whatever, and that's about it. But like, this game was very complicated, and I think the storyline was probably more in depth than any other Zelda game, even though I didn't really play a Zelda game that much. But I thought the story was really good. But we'll get a little more into that later. How long was the game? So the game was really long. I think for me, it probably took about 70 hours to beat the game. It took me about 70 hours, but I think depending on gameplay and your playstyle, it can be between 50 to 200 hours is my guess. There's so much to do in this game, and you can just spend all day building stuff too. Or the building potential is insane in this game, that's for sure. But I'll get into that a little more later. So how hard was this game? It was moderately hard. It was definitely not an easy game, that's for sure. But it's not some Souls game hard either. That's definitely not it. But puzzles at times were really tough and got me lost quite a bit. But overall, it wasn't too hard where it got me stuck and got me lost for too long, and for pacing purposes. Yeah, so the game is definitely hard. Even the boss fights are hard. I think are hard enough. Some bosses are too easy, I think, actually. Some bosses are too easy, but for the most part, they make you think, and most of them require somewhat of a creativity to beat. So it's really nice. The game, I think the difficulty was basically perfect. With some minor easy bosses here and there and stuff like that. The shrines were really good too. Everything was really good. There's so much to do here. So positives. There are so much to do in a really good way. So what that means is sometimes the game has like so much to offer you, but then it's not really like in a good way. It just has a lot to do, but the game can make you feel those things. The game can make you feel like those things are a chore instead of actually playing the game. But Zelda, basically everything it offers felt like a really fun way to play the game. So one thing that offers is the Ultra Hand. Ultra Hand, oh my god, this thing was so good. So this lets you build anything in the game into something into something, I guess. Yeah. Into something nice. You can build vehicles with weapon. You can build house. Pretty much anything you can think of, I think you can build. You can build in this game. In the game with the Ultra Hand. That's like, this is probably one of the most innovative. I don't even know if it's innovative actually. It's probably more like Minecraft, I think. I haven't really played Minecraft, but based on like what I've been looking at, that's what it looks like at least. So Ultra Hand lets you build anything, like a tank, maybe a car, airplane, anything you can basically think of. Like you can build and make it go. There's a lot of things like, there's a lot of materials you can use that are really nice, and some futuristic ones too. So yeah, Ultra Hand was nice. It lets you be as creative as you can, basically. What else is nice? The game story. Story of the game was very good and emotional. I don't want to get too into detail about the story emotional part, since it'll be a spoiler for anybody who's watching the review without watching the game. But there were moments that gets you tearing up, and I don't remember a Legend of Zelda game being like that. I just remember it being like kind of like, just like you kind of float into the game, but like not really deep into the story or anything like that. The game was more about like solving puzzles and stuff. But this game was basically one of those adventure games that have deep storyline too. And that felt really good. So everything, story was good. Ultra Hand. What else is there? I'm trying to think of like something else to talk about, because there's so much to talk about in this game, but I feel like it's gonna get redundant, so we'll go into negatives for now. Negatives. Is there any? I think the graphics can be better. A little better. Even since it was only in 720p, I believe. There were moments in the game when the graphics were breaking apart, I think, a little bit. This is very minor, by the way. Like, that this almost never happened, but like sometimes, like, I wish the graphics were better. It wasn't like the edges weren't smooth or anything like that. Like sometimes it was like kind of like breaking. There were moments here and there that were like that, but those are really minor to the game. Also, I wish all all dialogues were recorded with voice acting. Even the side quest ones. I know this is probably a lot to ask because this game is so big, but I think this was also doable at the same time. Just gotta add some more voice actors and have this dialogue, or the game dialogue, or something. That would have been nice. I think those were my minor complaints about the game, but it is there. The minor is there. So overall, this game was amazing. I'd say about 9.9. Because of those negatives, I was gonna give 10 out of 10, but I think those matter, and it is still better than any game I've played since I started this Notepad review. So 9.9, amazing game with minor detailed improvements wanted. Something like that. That looks pretty good. 9.9. The game was amazing, but at the same time, like I was saying, there were minor improvements that could have been done to the game. Just in case if I missed anything, let me just check it out real quick. I think I pretty much talked about everything. You know what? Actually, no. Music was amazing. The sound of the game is in general. The sound of the game in general was amazing. The music was playing at a really nice and emotional moment. Sometimes like it wasn't even, the moments weren't even that nice or anything, and the music makes it feel nice, and it makes you more immersed. That's for sure. It made the experience way more immersive, and sometimes even when the game is at normal phase, I would say normal phase, one of those like moments where you were just like running around and doing nothing basically. Even in those type of moments, even in those moments, some type of really epic music was playing, and it made it way more immersive and felt really good. So that's another major plus for this game, I think. But yeah, I think that still gets it to 9.9. It could have been, it's not quite perfect, that's for sure. It's as close as it gets to a perfect game, I think. But that's my review for this game, and hope you guys found out enough information to whether play the game or not. And thanks for watching the review. And I will see you on the next one, which is gonna be Pikmin 4. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you on that game. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you on the Pikmin.